In my last video, I spoke about why AfriForum hates Julius Malema, and a lot of people had a big problem with that. Some were in the comments saying I didn't do my research. Some even claimed AfriForum never tried to legalize the apartheid flag. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you solid, concrete evidence that proves otherwise. Listen to this clip by SABC News reporter Makhala Masiting on May 11th, 2022.
Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein has heard arguments by AfriForum in an attempt to legalize the display of the 1928 apartheid flag. AfriForum is appealing against the Equality Court order that ruled that gratuitous display of the old national flag constitutes hate speech, unfair discrimination, and harassment.
Can you believe this? AfriForum actually went all the way to the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein, trying to legalize the public display of the 1928 apartheid flag. And if you don't believe me, hear it for yourself from the horse's mouth.
Mr. Van Zyl, just, taking off from what Mr. Hatang is saying, of course, also, Judge Mojapelo also in his judgment saying that people who display the old South African flag choose a symbol of oppression and awake feelings of white supremacy against black people. Just on the back of what Mr. Hatang has just said, what do you make of that statement?
Well, firstly, it really depends on a case-by-case basis, and there's something that I actually want to respond to there as well, and it's very important, and that is the fact that he now mentioned, my partner on the panel has mentioned that it's not a ban, but a ban is to legally prohibit, and if the flag is hate speech and it is flown in public, there will be legal consequences. That is a ban. That is what it means. You're not allowed to wave it in public, otherwise there will be legal consequences. And the thing is, when it comes to the flag itself, it means a lot of things. And definitely, AfriForum absolutely does not deny that the old South African flag does cause a lot of offense to many South Africans. That's not something we deny. But at the same time, many symbols mean many different things to many people. For example, if you were to, but the precedent that is set here by banning a symbol because it is offensive, means other symbols then also need to be banned in order to be consistent with that.
That's right. I was Ernest Van Zyl, the head of public relations at AfriForum, making the case in court to legalize the apartheid flag. Now, here's the part that really gets me. When I made a video explaining how AfriForum didn't want Julius Malema to sing that controversial song because they felt it was hate speech and promoted violence, people came at me. They said I was wrong, that I didn't do my research, and that AfriForum never tried to legalize the flag. But they did. And now I'm starting to wonder, doesn't this all feel like retaliation? Like, just because the EFF was allowed to sing their song, AfriForum wanted to turn around and say, oh, really? Well, then we want to fly our flag. It's like a petty tug of war, not because they actually believe in unity or healing, but because they feel entitled to flaunt their own version of power and identity. They'll call it freedom of speech, sure, but is it really that? Or is it just revenge in disguise? And I know there are going to be those of you who say, yeah, but AfriForum only went after Julius Malema after all the farm murders. They were just responding. So I did some digging, and here's what I found. The whole apartheid flag controversy actually started way back in October 2017, when the flag was displayed during protests. That's what led the Nelson Mandela Foundation to lodge a formal complaint. And in August 2019, the Equality Court ruled that displaying the flag without context amounts to hate speech. AfriForum didn't accept that. They appealed the decision, and the matter went all the way to the Supreme Court of Appeal, which upheld the ruling in April 2023. Now here's the part people don't seem to realize. That entire flag case, it all happened before AfriForum started pushing hard against the Kill the Boer chant in court. Yes, they've been vocal about the song for a while, but the big legal fight, the one where they wanted to ban the song, really picked up in 2022 and 2023, when the High Court ruled that it wasn't hate speech, and they appealed that too. So let's be clear. AfriForum's fight to fly the apartheid flag came before their legal action against Malema and the EFF over the song. So you decide, is AfriForum genuinely standing up for what's right? Or are they just being hypocrites, using their economic power and influence to fight back against the EFF, simply because they didn't get their way when the court said no to displaying the apartheid flag? Because from where I'm standing, it's starting to look less like a fight for justice and more like a grudge match. They say it's about protecting people, but they were willing to go to court to defend a symbol that hurts so many. So the real question is, why is it that they can fight for the right to express themselves, but when the EFF expresses themselves, suddenly it's a problem? Let me know what you think down in the comments. We want to hear your voice. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. This motivates us to keep posting. We appreciate your support.